A whole new way to enjoy the Colonel's chicken.
Come on, hammer.
The problem was, no one could get him to go on until the last piece was gone.
Now that's pop.
This is MC Hammer, and for a 2 to 3 year period, everything he touched was golden. He was untouchable. He was the coolest man in the country. His dance, his flair, a time before he did the Addams Family and the Kentucky Fried Chicken and Pumps and a Bump, he was the man. A time when his fashion was mimicked with incredibly loud, overpriced, baggy, quote unquote, parachute pants that all the cool kids wore to school. And of course, a time when the coolest of us were able to stay up on weeknights and watch Arsenio Hall and talk about what he had said and the people he had on the show the next day. Of course, for other kids, those late nights were consumed with other things that they were worried about. Specifically, this place. A nightmare of a place for many kids because they spent time wondering where they were going to sit at one of these. Because this is what separated the cool kids from everyone else, the school lunchroom. The mere thought of where you're going to sit in this place, who you're going to interact with, who you're going to walk by, was something that made many people stay up late at night thinking, where will I sit that's going to be safe? How much am I going to get clowned here? And more importantly, where do I belong? Junior high school was a time when the coolest of kids knew when and where the party was and who was going to be there. It was a time where the nerds and geeks wondered were there any parties at all. And in light of the Joe Budden comments on top of the Laurel comments and incident, I began to wonder, how are we in an age where grown adults are still calling other grown, successful adults corny? For people who are savvy businessmen and can understand that the Black community operates much in the way of a junior high school lunchroom, you can take your stories from the street, as savvy businessman 50 Cent did, and parlay those into wild success and widespread respect in the Black community. The same can be said for Jay-Z, whom rapped of stories of his times on the streets and parlayed that into near billionaire status and widespread respect in the Black community. What about the nice guys, the nerdy guys, the clean-cut guys? Are they valued? What kind of respect do they get in the community? Michael B. Jordan has been established as corny and lame, as clean-cut as he is. Who's more clean-cut than him? Well, that'd be Will Smith. What kind of respect is Will Smith getting from his wife? Well, she's still writing letters to Tupac. And to one up that, she has their daughter writing letters to the same man that is not her husband. This is not respect. In the Black community, the closer you are to the street and how you act in your behavior, the more respect you get. And respect gives you the perks of attention and access. The Black community is one where cool kids rule the roost. The further you are from the street, the more corny and lame you are. When you see passport bros packing their bags, heading to the airport, and catching flights, it's because they know they have no place in the lunchroom. There are places that have more value for us. Until next video, さようなら。今度のビデオまでよろしくお願いいたします。